Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's your old pal Octavius Rex here. Anyways, I had a few videos here, some of which I really don't have a whole lot to say about. I'm saving it for the rest of the week because I've got one big video that I really want to make. So I'll get to that later on in the broadcast, but down below is a link to an article that states blurring the lines between single player and multiplayer is a good thing by, I'm guessing, a guest editor by the name of Mike Rougeau. I read what he had to say because it was in response to Crytek saying that single player needs to die, or at least needs to be incorporated into the multiplayer experience so that everything is multiplayer only. Excuse me. I've really needed some boost in energy lately, and this is the only thing that does it for me. But I'll have you know I don't drink many of these, so I would appreciate it if people didn't get on my case that much about it. Because right now I'm very responsible with my energy drinks. Okay, anyways. First off, there are introverts. And introverts at times can be social people, contrary to what their MO seems to state. I know several introverts who can hold their own in a party situation. They don't mind small talk, but they can get overloaded. They need time alone, and oftentimes their time alone is gaming, where they don't have to think about much. They just go about the tasks and they recharge by themselves. Oh, we want to, in the next gen, just drag you kicking and screaming into a forced co-op situation where you can still play single player, but it's got to be online with the multiplayer. And that's when a lot of things, when some major point number two hit me. What is the one thing that devs are screaming for right now, despite the fact that Microsoft is practically in bed with this topic? If you said secondhand game sales, then ding, 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 you are exactly right. What I didn't realize, because I'm coming off of an article by EA saying that fans love and adore the microtransaction systems of Dead Space 3, so guess what we're going to continue indefinitely for every game? Microtransactions! Yes, you demanded it, we'll supply it. Everybody wins, right? Right? Where they got this bullcrap of an idea, I have no idea. But no. But that's when it starts to hit me. EA, Ubisoft, the kings of DRM, the kings of online passes. And what is multiplayer if not an online experience? They want to do away, not so much entirely, at least Crytek was saying, not entirely away with single player, but they want to do away with offline single player. Let me reiterate that so you can understand exactly where this is going. Crytek is screaming for the death of offline single player, to where single player and multiplayer become one big entity. Okay, several problems with that I didn't address in my last video about my outrage of this, but I'm doing it now because I have a clearer head and a clearer vision here. One, some companies suck butt at multiplayer. And now you want to make it to where they're making a single multiplayer experience when they can't even do multiplayer right, and in some cases these companies can't even do single player right. So there's one big problem. Two, what if the person doesn't have internet at all? What, we're gonna make it to where they can't access their game because they can't go online? And there's going to be even bigger issues with going online, which I'll get to in a moment here. But then you also have to think, we're behind other countries. You've got Time Warner Cable trying to say, oh, silly consumers, you think you want, Google Optical or any kind of fiber optic internet. But you don't really want that. No, no, no. You want our slower speeds. You want our data caps. You want all those things you've come to know us for. Despite the fact that on the very video announcing that they are not going to be bringing Google Fiber Optic to a Time Warner near you, that the most thumbs up comment actually contradicts that by quite a huge margin. But it's not just the fact that our speeds aren't up here. It's everything that goes along with online. It's data caps. It's that you want to do streaming now. Oh, what's to happen with the PS4, for instance, when you're in the middle of a PS2 classic and suddenly it goes out? Because why? Oh, server maintenance. Too bad. I guess you'll just have to wait till we finish fiddling with whatever we're fiddling with that knocked you offline. Aren't you glad you don't have a physical digital download of said game on your system? Because, I don't know, maybe that would make more sense. Because there's a reason why people like me who have kind of the basic tier cable internet service had to cancel our Netflix streaming account, because we kept getting hit with high charges and them getting mad at us because we were going over our cap without even knowing it, because we like our movies in this family. And you want to stream games, you want to stream content, you want to create an online-only video game? Are you kidding me? But then we come to DRM and online passes, and now it should become extremely, extremely clear why and where this is going to become a problem for everybody. Because to be online, even on PlayStation 4 now, almost everything that has to do with online has a GD online pass. And if you're renting from GameFly like yours truly is, you're SOL as far as being able to play online. There's even some bullcrap on some of these games where if you want to do some local online, you still need an online pass. So if you get rid of the offline single player thing, what does that mean that these companies can do, boys and girls? If you said put online passes on each and every game, you're right. And you know why? Because then with no offline single player, it means that even if you do buy a used game, you're going to have to spend whatever amount of money, at least $25 to $30, half the price of the game, to the manufacturers or the developers, the publishers, to have an online pass just to play the game. Don't give me that. Do not tell me you can't see this too now. This gives them every right to add an online pass to each and every game. And if we're paying for the game, whatever we're paying at GameStop, plus an additional $30, what's that going to do to the used game market? So I'm thinking, we've been worried all this time about the console makers locking out used games, although that's still a possibility with PS4 because, it seems Sony in a recent article said they're going to look into it and they're going to do what's best for everybody, for the consumer and the publisher. Meaning there actually is no guarantee that the PS4 won't lock out used games. We have no straight answer from Sony whatsoever. But I'm honestly thinking they're not going to do it. Who's going to do it if they get rid of offline single player? The developers, the very same people who are crying about, boo-hooing about the poverty of this industry thanks to secondhand game sales, despite the fact that sales figures and net figures of their income in this economy does not support that assertion. It's the same bullcrap line they give, like, oh, we wish we could do so much more in gaming, but piracy. Really, publishers? Really? So now you're giving yourself an opportunity to slyly start to put the nails into the coffin of the used game market through making every game into an online game. Are you friggin' kidding me? I'm just surprised I didn't see this sooner when I was looking at this article. I could be completely wrong, but given how the industry is, given how slimy their practices have been lately, given that games even like Little Big Planet Karting had an online pass. Yeah, why do I need an online pass for this game, Sony? That I cannot honestly see a reason why this would not be a major practice. This was another one of the things that really annoyed me about PS Vita. If I buy one game but it's online passed, and I try to let my son get online on his profile with the same game, I gotta spend an extra $30 for an online pass for him. No, thank you. So, no, I'm sorry. I have major reservations about this, and our infrastructure of this country would present a major issue, not only with this whole streaming idea that Sony has, but also with making the games strictly online. This gives the devs a backdoor into the exact thing that they want. You either buy it new or you buy it and then you pay an additional $30 to us so that we're now getting money on every secondhand game sale, or you don't get to play your game even single player. Ha! We win. Right, industry? Yeah, no, this is exactly why you all, the industry at large, can take a very long walk off a very short pier, because I don't care about you anymore. And anybody with even half a brain is not going to care about you either. You can only Call of Duty and Halo people and Gears of War people for so long before they realize, what the heck am I paying for? And I only wish I'm around to see you crash and burn, industry, because you deserve it.